I know what it's like to come from this area and be told that choice is wrong.
There is no way that you should be going through with this.
If you're killing that person, you're killing a human being, and by definition, you're a murderer.
My grandma and grandpa would travel the country and protest out of all kinds of abortion clinics. The times that I came to Fargo, we just had the red tape over our mouth that said life. Yes, and we just had to stand there as small little children. Yes.
I remember sitting on panels at church camp telling everyone, women don't deserve choice. Yeah, and now here I am, helping them make the decision.
The day we were in Fargo, North Dakota, the Red River Women's Clinic saw 23 patients, and they performed 22 abortions. The 23rd couldn't find her credit card to pay the $625 fee. She thinks she left it at a gas station 6 hours away, which is not an uncommon distance to drive for an abortion. So she'll have to come back next week because this clinic only performs abortions once a week, and it's the only clinic in the state. The youngest woman the day we were there was 18. The oldest was 47. They came with their boyfriends, husbands, dads, and friends. For patient confidentiality reasons, we basically filmed none of this. But what we can show you in Fargo is a scene that plays out weekly. Anti-choice protesters outside. In your ideal world, this clinic would be closed, right?
Killing innocent human life is not right. It shouldn't happen.
And inside, a staff that's kept the clinic open for 20 years.
We're under enormous pressure from the beginning of time. Women have been ending pregnancies. They don't think that they can continue. And when abortion is illegal, it doesn't mean it ends. It means that safe abortion ends.
What many people don't know is that there's already 1,200 state-level laws restricting abortion.
I definitely think that we're in the forefront with passing laws, and we definitely want to be putting some more laws into place.
North Dakota has some of the strictest, including what's called a trigger law.
If Roe v. Wade were to be overturned, North Dakota would go to be 100%, restricting abortions, banning abortions. So that would obviously be the goal.
But another reason we came to North Dakota was to meet registered nurse Sarah.
I come from a huge family. I have 80 cousins just on my mother's side. We were taught that abortion is murder and that the people who perform abortions and provide abortions are murderers.
We went protesting in the summertime usually because, we weren't in school.
What was that like? Did you understand what you were doing?
I knew that I loved my grandma, and I knew that I respected her, so of course I thought I was doing the right thing.
When we went to Wichita, that was the last time that I protested. It was my sophomore year of high school, and that is where Dr. Tiller works. He's one of the late-term abortion doctors in the country, and he was actually murdered in 2009 in his church. So we were there protesting, and I think it was at that point that I first started to question things because it was so crazy. Why is this so crazy? And they're just being so horrible to these women, and yeah. But I still didn't think it was wrong.
When Sarah was in college, things changed when she helped a friend through an abortion.
That was the first time that I'd ever really thought about what it meant to be a woman and what it meant to have a choice.
Then in her mid-20s, at the beginning of a new relationship, Sarah became pregnant herself while on birth control and returned to the Red River Women's Clinic for her own abortion.
I had no regrets, and I immediately wanted to know how I could work here.
Quit my full-time job so that I could work 1 day a week at the clinic. Every single time I had any interaction with my grandma, the first thing she would say is, "What about all the babies?" Sarah Marie Haeder, do you not care about all the little babies being killed in this world?
Did you ever think about that you would have to make a choice between your family and your work?
Most definitely. The women that come to this clinic need me, so I was definitely willing to sacrifice.
Sarah started as a patient educator and then returned to school to become a nurse.
I would love to be working at Red River Women's Clinic when I'm 60. I hope it doesn't change.
But now, for the first time in decades, there's real discussion about whether Roe v. Wade will be overturned if Brett Kavanaugh is confirmed to the Supreme Court.
Our senator, she's in a tough re-election campaign, and she was one of 3 Democratic senators who voted for Neil Gorsuch. And so we're very concerned about her vote.
So while Tammy and clinic supporters are fighting to keep abortion legal, anti-abortion protesters are revving up for their annual campaign, 40 Days of Life. That's 40 days of protest outside abortion clinics nationwide that ends 2 days before the 2018 midterms.
We're still going to have lots of, states across the country that are going to have legalized abortion, even if we do see the reversal of Roe v. Wade. But we hope here in North Dakota that we wouldn't be one of them.
It's the flyover country. It's where women's rights have really been used as political tools.
It's hard to have this argument because it seems like the compromise is at an impasse.
Sarah's grandmother now has Alzheimer's. As horrible as the disease is, it means she can't remember what Sarah does for a living. So the 2 women, once again, are able to have a relationship.
Only within the last year or 2 have I been able to sit down and have a great conversation with her just about regular things in life.
I feel like our movement is resilient. Women are still going to have abortions. We just have to decide whether America is going to continue to care and love and respect us by allowing abortion to be safe and accessible.